But not you. You don't need any of that. You get it all. You get it all. Without the cannabis, you get it all. You get it all. Oh, we got some people here, I see. Hello, people. Fine, fine people of the world. Daniel and Debbie, hello. The D's. Hello. Hey, Dave. 3Ds. Or 3D. Daniel, Debbie, Dave. You bong along? Sounds good. Drop me a digit so I can bong along. Who's gonna drop me a digit and get me smoking up in here on my clean glass? Who's gonna dirty this glass up for me today? Who's gonna dirty my glass for me first? Who gets the honors? Who's getting the honors on this show? Hey, Bronco. Who's dropping the digis? Now, depending on the number of digits you drop, will will affect the number of bong rips I will be able to do. Might not be able to get to everybody, but I will try. But we got to start with at least one. So I know somebody's getting ready to do it. I know somebody's getting ready to drop a digit on me. Because I'm ready to smoke. I came here to smoke, man. I got my glass all clean. David C. Baker. Who's going to drop a digit? Get me smoking. I really need a bong hit, guys. Come on. Hook me up. Who's going to do it? We're going to talk about something really interesting, too. It's going to be fun. I'm getting ready. I know I can feel the digits coming down. I can feel it. That next post, it's going to be a digit. Who's digitizing? Who's digitizing me? Look at this. Who do we got? We're going to find out what. Dude, is it starting to rain outside? Daniel, I knew I could count on you, Daniel. Thank you, buddy. Cheers. Dima, thank you. I hope you shared. Dima, that's what that means. When you drop a digit, it means you shared it. Dave, thank you. Hey, Casey, Cat. Oh, I needed that bong rip. So I was watching Michael Malice, a couple of interviews that he had, and he's talking about pilling. I told you that he black pilled me, and I explained it. He fucking put some. He had somebody on his show that was giving him false information, and he was sitting there asking the guy like he was some kind of a legitimate source of information, questions about the state of COVID in Florida, and the guy's like, yeah, Florida's turned the corner, man. We're doing great, and I don't understand it, we dropped all of the rules and regulations. Nobody's wearing a mask. We're not social distancing, and we're not on lockdown anymore, and our numbers are going down. And I'm like, well, that's fucking bullshit. So I just pulled up the COVID numbers for Florida, and sure enough, Florida is spiking just like everywhere else. And there's Michael Malice over there going, yeah, man, taking the black pill. Fucking black all over his tongue. Fucking eating them black pills. So I came here to tell you guys about it. And the reason I tell you guys to watch these other people like Michael Malice and people like Ben Shapiro and people like H.A. Goodman is so that you will realize how bad thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people are getting lied to. So when you come here, you can really appreciate this show for what it is I'm giving you. Hey, Ronnie Vella, I need a digit, buddy. I need a digit. It doesn't work without the digits, pal. And my shirt was pills or something else. Dima, this next bong rip is for you. Thank you for dropping the digits, sir. Cheers. Ronnie's being funny. Enoch, what's up, bro? Yeah, Ronnie, and after you do that, you come in here and you type a 7. Just a 7. You don't have to type all those words, man. If you just type a 7, I will have known that. Just drop me a digit, bro. You can do it. Next one is Dave Campione. Son. Cheers, Dave. Thank you, Ronnie. There you go. Clean glass for my bong. Stimulus money is coming. Hopefully we take the Senate. Ronnie, what are you talking about? We take the Senate. Do you even know what you're talking about? Found out grandma's got COVID. She's feeling better. It's not progressing. She's taking her meds. Hopefully she'll make her quick. I hope so, Enoch. Thank you, Cat Stoops. Oh, are you talking about Georgia? Are you talking about the Georgia Senate? Is that what you're talking about? I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Stimulus money. I have no idea what you're talking about, stimulus money. Hey, Cape Coral, Florida. Deb, how is COVID in Cape Coral, Florida? Are you guys on lockdown? Or are there no lockdown orders and no one's wearing a mask and no one's social distancing and you guys are fine? Because that's not what the chat says when I referred to the chat. I got shots. Hopefully you get 2 seats in the Senate. Never mind me, Nate, says Ronnie. David C. Baker Jr. comes up with a 3. Yes. Thank you, bro. I'm going to be packing a fresh bowl here. Everybody's wearing a mask. Most people social distance. However, we're starting to have our totals rise back up. Oh, Deb, you know it's funny. There was a guy on Michael Malice saying that nobody's social distancing, that they've lifted all restrictions, and everybody's just running around free in Florida. All the businesses are open, and it's life back to normal in Florida, and that everybody's doing fine. That's what a guy just said on Michael Malice's show a couple days ago. Can you fucking believe that? What did we figure out? What was it, 22 minutes into that video where he starts talking that bullshit about Florida? Was that it, guys? Does anybody remember? Was it 22 minutes into the Michael Malice video? COVID's pretty bad. Wife said 30 patients on hold for ICU beds at her hospital. Oh, no, but Michael Malice says that all hospitals are fine. And that guy said, no, hospitals aren't backed up at all. Isn't that crazy? Isn't it crazy? But when you ask people, you get the real story, you know? You must wear a mask to enter any store in Florida, Cape Coral. That's how it is here where I live. You can't even go into the little local shop. They've all got signs up on their windows. Mask required. We're not even supposed to be leaving our homes. Half are following, half aren't following. Hey, B-Dog. 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 He's full of shit. Just got off phone with the wife. Yeah, I mean, you gotta wonder, what's your end game here? Freedom for everybody? Don't you realize that you're doing your libertarianism and your freedom for everybody a huge disservice when you lie about the state of COVID in Florida, and you want everyone to be free, and then in them being free and acting like you, they're all getting sicker, and then you go on Michael Malice and you literally tell people that Florida's doing great and that you guys aren't following any restrictions there at all and that the numbers are dropping. It's amazing. Hospitals are definitely backed up. Your aunt is one of the head nurses in Arlington, Texas. Stay Morian, what's up, buddy? Daniel, in Citrus County, Florida, you don't have to wear masks. My night is going good, says B-Dog. Fuck yeah. David C. Baker Jr. says scary. Yeah, David C. Baker Jr., I like when you actually talk to me, bro. When you, like, take part in the conversation. That's good. It's good, man. More of that, please. You like how I tell you what I want, bro? So there's no question. I want you to converse with us, bro. I want you to get involved. I want you to talk. And I don't want you to say dumb shit. I just want you to say good shit. Is that the pressure? You're like, man, he's telling me to talk, but man, I can only say stupid shit. So I just kind of hold back. Wow, I was watching a lot of videos, wasn't I? Wow. Yeah, I was working. Tom Woods is this guy's name. This is 24 minutes into the video right here. Let's see if we can pull this off.
Here. When you factor all that in, I think it's been doing as well as can be expected, especially when I look at what's been happening in Indiana, Illinois, Wisconsin, Minnesota, California, whatever. Despite all the lockdowns and whatever, they are still seeing numbers going up again.
Let's talk a bit about.
That was the end of it.
New York.
This is 22 minutes in right here. Here we go for 20.
Like again, even if I don't think Florida is worse, but let's say Florida were mildly worse than some other place. Well, okay, but even that shows that apparently something's fishy about this virus. If it spreads exponentially, remember that we got all the midwits telling us about exponential growth.
Midwits.
That doesn't seem to happen. So when I asked Martin Koldorf,
he's talking about Florida,
who's on my show, he's an epidemiologist.
He's in Florida.
Account for the fact that the Sunbelt spike came down in Florida without any lockdowns.
What? Like, yeah, there's no lockdown.
Why didn't it just?
There's no lockdown, and the COVID cases have come down. How do you account for that? How do you account for that? How do you account for that? This is what we went over last night, but I didn't have the bandwidth. You guys remember last night to do this show for you last night, and it locked out. I might have the bandwidth to do it right now. Let's find out. Our deaths in okay. I'm glad we have a mask mandate order. David C. Baker. True. Yeah, David, you're talking to me, baby. Talk to me. I do say a lot of borderline conversation stuff. Yeah, talk, David. I like it when you talk, buddy. That's me. I say stupid shit sometimes. It's okay. Just say smart shit. Just think about things before you say it, man. That's what I do. You know, it's kind of like composing a tweet. That's why Twitter's so good. You know, I've begged you guys to get on Twitter. I was like, get on Twitter, start tweeting, blah, 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 blah. You know, I never told you get on Twitter because you only have 140 characters to organize a thought, and it kind of limits you, but it makes you more focused on what it is that you're saying. It makes you more focused on your message by using Twitter. It would really help you guys. It would really help improve your communication skills. You would use less words to get your points across, and you would be able to get your points across much more clearly for people so that more people would understand you just by using Twitter. You'll see how other people do that too. People like me, like, you know, when I call someone a cunt, or people like Jimmy Dore, when he calls somebody a cunt. You'll get that on Twitter. You'll see how amazing it is. It'll really help you guys out. Just going to do my favorite, my Thunderfoot here. Yes, Thunderfoot. Yes, we're going to click on the United States. I can't talk like Thunderfoot. Bloody hell. Well, there's so many different variations in the UK accents. I don't know where Thunderfoot resides. He's got like this, the one that I just can't seem to nail down. This guy says Florida's doing so great. California's got 21,800 deaths, and Florida's got 20,200 deaths. But there's one thing you should remember about the difference between California and Florida. Is California is probably twice. I would figure it's probably twice the square acreage of Florida. I don't know exactly. I know it's bigger. You would think that California would have way more deaths. It's kind of an interesting thing to look at. This doesn't give you. It's not giving me cases. It won't show the actual cases in Florida. Active cases. That's too bad. Cases. Active cases. Oh, I see what it's doing. I see what it's doing, okay. I can't get the information, like, I guess I could do this. I could show you Florida versus California deaths while this guy talks. And he's like, well, California had all those lockdowns. Yeah, that's why they've got just a few more deaths than Florida, who's probably half the size.
Continue on exponentially.
Yeah.
He said, we still don't fully know, but the word immunity has to come into that sentence somewhere.
Bullshit.
That population has somehow built up some kind of immunity. And that is the myth.
Bullshit. There's no. See, he's telling you that Florida has an immunity to COVID. No, I didn't see Tim and Jimmy Dore going back and forth. No. I know that Tim had a show. I didn't watch it. I'm not interested in what Tim has to say right now about Jimmy Dore. I like Tim. I'm friends with him. I know that him and Jimmy Dore are having an issue right now, and I don't want to get into it. I don't even want to hear it because I know he's talking shit, and it's gonna piss me off. It's not my place. I already said to Tim what I had to say, and he's on his own now, bro. And I cannot put myself there. We're gonna have Steph on next week, bro. You know. This is just really, it's really dirty, and he's really made a big mistake. And you know, I tried to throw him a lifeline many times. He's just not having it. Hey Fletch, what's up, buddy? Kind of makes sense that more deaths would be in Florida. California is 189% larger than Florida. Whoa. What? Dude, does that mean it's like 3 Floridas? Is it 3 times as big? No, that would be 300%, right? So it's almost twice as big. That's what that means. Right? No, if it was 100% bigger than Florida, wouldn't that be? I'm confused. Wouldn't that be twice as big? I don't understand. It's not 100 times, it's 100%. I'm confused. My brain's not thinking. I got cotton mouth really bad. Muppet mouth. Muppet. Muppet mouth. My mouth feels like it's made of velvet because it's Muppet mouth tonight. Bump, 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 bow, bump, 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 bow, bow. I smoked some cannabis and I got some Muppet mouth. I feel my mouth is made out of felt tonight. Bump, 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 bow, wow, bump, 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 bow, wow. Muppet mouth. You guys like that? It was a Muppet mouth song. You would think, because of the sheer size difference, that California would have double the deaths of Florida. It's more than double the size, or it's almost double the size. Whichever it is, it's close, one way or the other. You would think that, but it's not, because California's got lockdowns, they're wearing masks, and they're social distancing. This guy's saying that no one in Florida is wearing masks, no one is social distancing, and there are no lockdowns, and businesses are just going around like normal, and everything's normal in Florida. They're back to normal in Florida. This is what this guy is saying, and I really want you guys to hear. I wonder if he talked about it before, how they got into it, how it kind of led into the conversation.
I don't know. Go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I did not mean to.
It's plausible that there is pre-existing immunity to this virus.
There we go.
But that pre-existing immunity is not homogeneously distributed around the world. It seems like it's concentrated in certain places because you have such radically different government responses and yet such a mild result each time. It seems like there's no other possible explanation, but we still don't quite know.
I need a hot chocolate.
Sorry to interrupt. What I was going to add
hot
to
chocolate.
that is, this is my beat is obviously North Korea, and on paper, if
they're going to get into it in the next 2 minutes.
One model for what should be a demographic nightmare in terms of COVID and the models. North Korea is another one. Sure, they're a totalitarian state, but you also have extreme physical proximity as a rule. Like they don't. North Korea doesn't like people to be by themselves because then they're scheming against the government. They're getting individualist. Their medical supply is horrific. When I went to the maternity hospital myself, when they were showing it off, this is for tourists. Many of the tools were rusty. I mean, this is. I mean, it's really barbaric. A lot of the mechanisms that they have. So if you're going to have a situation. They even had polio in the 90s when the family came back. I mean, this is how backwards they're in many. Although on paper it's a second world country, they operate like a third world country. You would think, okay, it's just going to wipe them all out, and that hasn't happened. And people ask me, and I have not even the slightest bit of theory as to why that is.
Well, you know what's similar is what's going on in my own home state of not home state, but my current state of Florida.
Here you go.
Because Florida was pretty open up till the end of September, and then it was completely open, by which we mean no capacity restrictions except what are voluntarily assumed. The localities can impose mask mandates, but they can't collect fines. Well, the fine really is the thing.
Yeah.
So now, it's true that cases have gone up a bit, not catastrophically, but a bit in Florida.
No, that was it right there. That's where he says it.
But it seems to me that
there's no lockdown in Florida. Oh, there was in September, but then we went back to normal. That's the part. This is it. I was right before 22 minutes. It's 21 minutes in, guys. This is where this guy is just so full of shit.
That is.
Well, you know what's similar is what's going on in my own home state of not home state, but my current state of Florida, because Florida was pretty open up till the end of September, and then it was completely open, by which we mean no capacity restrictions except what are voluntarily assumed. The localities can impose mask mandates, but they can't collect fines. Well, the fine really is the thing.
Yeah.
So
So
Yeah.
nobody's wearing a mask. What he's trying to say is nobody's wearing a mask. So the fine's the thing. Is they're not fines. So and people were, you do what you got to do. We're not going to impose this on you, and it's up to this personal decision. So nobody did that. And hey, our deaths are doing fine. I mean, look, they're the same as California. California's fucking twice the size, dude. It's probably twice the population too. I don't know what's anybody know the population density difference? What's the total? What's the totals between the two? You said it's 18 million more people in California. How many people live in Florida and how many people live in California? How many million live in Cali and how many million? Make it short. Just make it easy. Don't go down to the person. Just like you did, 18.5. That's a good one. What was those two numbers, bro? What was the Florida population and the California population? This is Michael Malice reasoning, everybody. He literally has an idiot on his show. He has a total moron on his show, and then he sits here and agrees with everything this fucking cunt douchebag says to him. Did you say our deaths are doing fine? Akina Phillips, in the state of Florida, I'm showing you the deaths numbers right here, right? Deaths are 20,204. California is just 21,817. It's not that much more. What I'm saying is that guy is Florida's doing. He says Florida's just doing fine. He's like, you've got the same amount of deaths in Florida as we do in California. So I mean, and California's got all the lockdowns. You would think with all the lockdowns they'd have less deaths. Dude, they do have less deaths per capita. They probably knocked it down to half of what you guys have done in Florida because you guys have the same death rate for massively different populations. Okay, Google. Florida population. Okay, Google. What is the population of Florida? Jesus fucking Christ. Really that fucking hard for you to get a cell from inside my home? Corporate account speaking. Just a moment. Corporate account speaking. Just a moment. Corporate account speaking. Just a moment. Yeah, what I'm saying is, I want you guys to realize that there's thousands and thousands of people. I mean, Joe Rogan had Michael Malice on his show. Michael Malice straight up lies to his audience. Michael Malice says masks don't work. Michael Malice says you have to have personal freedom and none of these lockdowns are good and that they're not going to help and they don't work. And he has this guy on to straw man the argument. He has this guy on to back up all of the bullshit. And then Joe Rogan has Michael Malice on his show and rewards his bad behavior by giving him a spot on his fucking show all the time. You know. Okay, Google. What is the population of Florida? Dude, I can't believe this fucking thing can't get a goddamn cell phone signal from inside my house because my blinds are closed. Are my blinds made out of lead? I do. I've got all my blinds pulled. I've got all my blinds pulled to all the windows. You can't see inside the house. So, think about that. It's pretty interesting, right? Just because I have the blinds down. Okay, Google. What is the population of Florida? By the way, guys, thanks for looking this up for me.
In 2019, the population of Florida was 21,477,737.
Okay, Google. What's the population of California?
In 2019, the population of California was 39,512,223.
You're looking at 20 million to 40 million? How do you go back? Okay, Google. What's the population of Florida?
In 2019, the population of Florida
Yeah,
was
20 to 40. It's double. The population is roughly double. The population is roughly double. And you got Michael Malice that, often appears on Joe Rogan, who has this cunt, this fucking cunt on his show trying to act like he's adding up the numbers and he's done the research. Do you know that at the beginning of this, Michael Malice literally says to the guy, well, let me ask you because you've done the research on this. This is the extent of his research. Hey, guys, I'm doing this. All of you have the ability to do this too. And I just want to teach you guys how to learn shit like this. You can ask Google something in 3 seconds, you'll know the answers. And you'll know when a motherfucker like that is lying to you. You start using Twitter, you'll know how to express yourselves better. These are just simple things you guys should start doing. Get involved, work your brains a little bit. It has to do with problem solving. It has to do with survival. It has to do with communicating. You guys need to learn this shit. You guys have been shut in for a long time. You need to wake the fuck up.
It's true that Case...
You're getting fed a lot of lies. And Michael Malice is sitting there telling you, oh yeah, you're being lied to, but I'm here to tell you the truth. And then he's giving you garbage like this. He's a cunt stuffer. And you need to watch out for cunt stuffers like Michael Malice.
Cases have gone up a bit, not catastrophically, but a bit in Florida.
Just a bit. It's gone up a bit. It's only kept up with a state that's double in its population. It's only kept up in deaths with fucking the state of California. Double its population. But let's listen to what this little fucking cunt stuffer has to say.
Florida, but they've been going up way faster in places that have been heavily locked down.
Oh, it's going way up faster, heavily locked down like California, where I can't even leave my fucking home without worrying about getting pulled over by a cop and being asked, hey, why the fuck are you outside of your home? We're on fucking lockdown right now. Yeah, that's how California is. You don't want to be outside your home. You don't have a good fucking reason for it. We're on lockdown. This fucking cunt stuffer he glazes right over all this shit, and Michael Malice doesn't fucking hold his feet to the fire for even a second. No, he coddles the man. He encourages the man. He agrees with the man. He rewards the man by putting him on his show.
But it seems to me that if the cartoon version of the virus were correct, Florida should be, if Florida were just 10% worse than the rest of the country, even that would be miraculous. That shouldn't be, with no restrictions. I observe people just go.
Oh, and there's no restrictions. You hear that? There's no restrictions in Florida, everybody. There's no restrictions, right? You guys in Florida, tell me how there's no restrictions in Florida. Tell me again. You guys are just walking into stores, not wearing masks. You guys are giving each other hugs. You guys are doing booty parties and all kinds of shit, right? Florida's back to normal, right?
Going about life here every single day.
Everybody's going about life in Florida every single day. Let's hear that over and over again. Let's hear that over and over again.
There should be mountains of dead bodies everywhere. Restrictions. I observe people just going about life here every single day. Restrictions. I observe people just going about life here every single day.
He looks away.
I observe people just going about life here every single day.
He can't look even at the camera when he's lying to it, so he goes like this. I observe people everywhere going about life every single day. Do you guys notice the way he looks away from the camera? That's his tell when he's lying. He can't even look at the camera when he's fucking lying to it. Can we go back to that a few times?
Percent worse than the rest of the country. Even that would be miraculous. That shouldn't be, with no restrictions. I mean, I observe people just going about life here every single day. Restrictions. I mean, I observe people just going about life here every single day.
This has got to piss you off. This kind of misinformation. It's got to piss you off that Michael Malice has this guy on, that Michael Malice subscribes to this bullshit, that Michael Malice pushes this on his audience, and that Joe Rogan thinks that Michael Malice is cool, man. He's cool, man. He's red pilling everybody. He's telling everybody the truth. That's what Michael Malice does. He's giving you all the red pill with this guy and his support for him and his agreeing with everything he says. Do you understand the blue pilling that you're getting fed right now? Michael Malice is fucking blue pilling you all. Okay? He wants you to be libertarians. But he wants to bring this guy on to make you believe that everything is just fine. Nothing to see here, folks. Everything is just fine. Just go about your business. Don't wear your masks. Feel your freedom. You're not going to die. Everything's cool. Everything's just fine. Dude, if this ain't blue pilling, I don't know what is.
There should be mountains of dead bodies everywhere, it seems.
There's 20,000 dead bodies. I mean, I could build a big fucking mountain out of 20,000 bodies. Did you guys see 300? They built a wall out of like 600 or 700 bodies. Remember that? They built a wall of bodies, 600 or 700 bodies, something like that. I think 20,204 bodies I could build one big fucking wall with.
To me, it shouldn't just be like, again, even if I don't think Florida is worse, but let's say Florida.
He doesn't think Florida is worse than states like California, so let's just compare the two of them. California twice as big, Florida and California about the same amount of deaths. California twice the amount of people live there, population-wise, about the same amount of deaths. But what did this fucking cunt stuffer just say?
Florida were mild.
What did he just say?
There should be mountains of dead bodies everywhere. It's restrictions. I observe people just going about life here every single day. There should be mountains of dead bodies everywhere, it seems to me. It shouldn't just be like, again, even if I don't think Florida is worse, but let's say Florida were mildly worse than some other place. Well, okay, but even that shows that apparently something's fishy about this virus if it spreads exponentially. Remember that we got all the midwits telling us about exponential
midwits.
growth.
Hey, you guys,
when I asked,
I just got called a fucking midwit by this fucking dumb cunt. He just called me a midwit. Now, understand, when you watch this and you watch me, who's the fucking midwit, right? It's offensive, and I'd spit in this motherfucker's face. You don't get to call me a name, motherfucker. All right, fuck you. How about that, you fucking prick? You don't get to call me a fucking name, you fucking cunt. Fuck off.
Martin Koldorf of Harvard, who was on my show, he's an epidemiologist. How do you account for the fact that the Sunbelt spike came down in Florida without any lockdowns? Like, what is the explanation? Why didn't it just continue on exponentially?
Yeah.
He said, we still don't fully know, but the word immunity has to come into that sentence somewhere.
No, that's
that
not true.
That population has somehow built up some kind of immunity.
Absolutely not. I'll tell you what it is. More people are wearing masks. More people are social distancing. More people are self-locking down because more people are educated now. And the further we walk away from Donald Trump, the less COVID we're going to have all over the United States. Watch. More people will get educated.
Is the missing piece of this puzzle.
What else I found very disturbing
This
is
is disturbing. You're disturbing.
There was a day or two when the numbers started increasing. And they were like, oh, we were right. Told you so. The governor is going to be looking like an idiot. You're going to have lots of grandmas and...
Biagio, what is slander exactly? You mean him calling me a midwit? No, that's not slanderous. He's not. It's not libelous and it's not slanderous. dude, me calling him a cunt isn't either. And me calling him a cunt stuffer isn't either. It doesn't matter what I call him. You know, I could call him a fucking pedophile. It's not fucking slanderous. If I were to say, I've got evidence that he is a pedophile, and he's not, that would be fucking slanderous. There's a difference. And there's a wide gulf between there, bro. It's not just night and day. You know, I call him fucking pedophile. Oh, you're a fucking pedophile. Fuck you fucking child fucker. You're a fucking child fucking pedophile. I can say that all day. That's not slander. It's when you claim you've got the fucking evidence to prove it. Then you're gonna have a problem. I've got the evidence and this is factual and blah 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 blah. Yeah, I'm just calling people fucking names that they deserve to be called. And him calling me a midwit, that's not slanderous at all, bro. He call me whatever the fuck he wants. But it's fighting words, bro. It's fucking fighting words, okay? And here's why it's fighting words. It's fighting words because what he's saying is literally going to cost someone their life. There is literally someone out there, at least one person, will watch this pathetic podcast out of the thousands who've already seen it. And they will take this guy's advice. They will believe him. They're going to go out. They're going to strut around without their fucking mask on. They're going to catch COVID and they're going to give it to somebody else. And they might give it to somebody else or more people or whatever. But somewhere along the line, someone's going to die. And that's on these motherfuckers' hands. And they don't give a fuck. All they care about is their agenda. Freedom, 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 freedom. Well, I understand that, you know, and before COVID, freedom was my agenda too. But things have changed, and these little pussies need to learn to adapt to the new fucking world that we're all living in. And quit lying to your fucking audiences. God, it's so disgusting when you guys do. Look at the self-fucking, he's so fucking proud of himself, like he's sitting there smelling his own fucking shit, and he's so proud of the way it smells. Look at how proud of himself he seems right now, of everything that guy just said about the state of Florida. And look at the goddamn satisfaction on Michael Malice's face right now. He's so satisfied that he's got someone on and lie to his audience with him. It is sickening. It's vulgar. Sickening. It's vulgar. This shit should turn your fucking stomachs. Let's watch some more Michael Malice. And make sure you subscribe to him. Tell him I sent you.
Florida, that's for sure. It's going to be bodies to the sky. And when that didn't happen, they just pretended they...
It did happen. You have the same amount of bodies in Florida as they have in California. Okay? That proves that it happened. That's 20,000 dead people in the state of Florida and 21,000 in the state of California. That's got double the amount of people. 18 million more people. It's like 20 million in Florida and 40 million, roughly, give or take, in California, give or take. These are probably 2019 numbers, and they've probably gone up or gone down. They've moved a little bit, but we're within a range there of 20 million and double the size. And these guys have no science. They've got no numbers. They don't even have a chart to put up on the screen to demonstrate their lies, because the chart doesn't exist.
Weren't giddy to have been proven right, and by being proven right, that meant mass deaths.
Right.
And you guys, if I am appearing giddy to you all right now, I apologize. I do get excited when I'm proving people who are above me in stature on YouTube and in the social media eye, when I call them out and they've got thousands and thousands of more, views and viewers than I do. I enjoy this greatly because I get to point out the hypocrisy. But if you guys think I'm giddy about reporting on to you about the death of 42,000 Americans right now between these two states, you don't know me. The only reason I might be showing any excitement at all is because this is what I fucking do. It's like my dog, okay? He's a pit bull. And this is what my dog does. He fucking grabs shit on the ground. He picks it up. and then he starts fucking ripping it apart. It's what he does. He can't help himself, man. It's just what he fucking does. And luckily, we live out here on the mountain, and we've got logs, and he could take out all of his anger on these logs. I am that fucking pit bull, and this is my log here. I am picking up that log, and there's nothing that's going to stop me from doing it. I'm in my element. So just understand that if you're seeing any kind of enjoyment, it's not on me being right, and it's not on me fucking reporting on 40,000 people and celebrating that at all. It's that these guys lie to their audience, and I'm always telling my audience the truth, and this is the proof of it right here. I'm literally proving it to you. Michael Malice, big old Michael Malice, who Joe Rogan has on his show, fucking has this douchebag on. And Michael Malice is guilty of it too. And they lie, and they lie, and they lie. And I'm just showing you the fucking facts, guys.
Yeah, exactly. Basically what happened was we saw the indicators coming down. Then around the time of the full reopening, which again is not that big of a difference.
I wish I had the graph for
Florida.
Florida.
Plateau.
I wish I had the graph for Florida.
But it should have shot back up, right? I mean, shouldn't it should be clear and obvious, and that didn't. And yeah, there was a sense when
once again it shouldn't shoot back up because, like I said, more people are getting educated. The further we get away from Donald Trump, the more people are getting educated about COVID. Luckily, now unfortunately, there's a lot of bad information out there about COVID, and by bad I don't mean wrong. I mean there's bad news about it. And that affects the way people respond to it. It affects the way I respond to it. Thanks, Brett. Thank you so much.
Georgia reopened, remember the headlines that it was an experiment in human sacrifice, and it's trying to be the #1 death destination in America, and they did fine. Georgia did fine by any.
How's Georgia doing? Georgia, 10,000 deaths. Okay, Google. United States, Georgia population 2019. Okay, Google. What is the population of the state of Georgia?
In 2019, the population of Georgia was 10,617,423.
Okay, guys. Okay, do you get it? The population is half that but look at the death rate. But look at the death rate of Georgia. Do you guys see this? The population is half that of Florida, and the death rate is exactly half of Florida. They're not doing and of California. They're not doing good. They're doing bad, just like California, just like Florida. This guy is a fucking liar. And he's fucking lying to you right now.
And when that didn't happen, they just pretended
here's the numbers, guys.
To have been proven right. And by being proven right, that meant mass deaths.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Basically what happened was we saw the indicators coming down. Then around the time of the full reopening, which again is not that big of a difference, there was a bit of a plateau that happened, but it should have shot back up, right? I mean, shouldn't it? It should be clear.
Like the way
he
does that with his arm.
And that didn't. And yeah, there was
So
a sense when Georgia reopened.
Here we go.
Remember the headlines that it was an experiment in human sacrifice, and it's going to be it's trying to be the #1 death destination in America.
Just as bad as California, just as bad as Florida.
They did fine. Georgia did fine by any measure.
No, by this measure,
and
by the measure of math. How about the measure of reality? How about the measure of facts? What measure do you want to use? How about the measure of a fucking seventh grade fucking math class? You want to use that measure? You fucking cunt. You fucking liar. You fucking piece of shit. 10,000 dead in Georgia. 10 million people live there. 20,000 dead in Florida. 20 million live there. 20 million dead in California. 40 million live there. Well, it really seems to me that the blue states are doing better than the red ones. Isn't that crazy, H.A. Goodman?
It has the fifth oldest
Isn't it
population.
funny when you bring the numbers into a conversation, it changes everything, doesn't it, people? Share this video everywhere. All right? Share it on all forms, sources, and sorts of social media right now. If you think that I'm ripping these motherfuckers apart like a pit bull rips up a log that it picks up on the ground, go ahead and share this all over the place right now. Get some people in here and let's smoke out. What do you guys say? I am really enjoying destroying liars. I enjoy destroying fucking liars, especially the ones that get more views than me on YouTube, and they're lying to a shit ton of people.
Population of the country has a lot of tourists who come in and out. It has a lot of factors you would think would contribute to major.
Do you like his little matter-of-fact way of speaking at the camera? Like, I'm going to give you all these straw man facts, and I'm going to say them like this, because when I talk like this, I'm going to make it seem like I really know what I'm saying, even though this is all bullshit, and some old man on a fucking mountain smoking cannabis is going to fucking call me out for the fucking dumb douchebag that I am. Here I am doing it.
Has, just like Japan, a fairly old population. It has the fifth oldest population of the country, has a lot of tourists who come in and out. It has a lot of factors you would think would contribute to major problems here.
Anthony's
and you
like,
all that in, I think it's been doing as well.
Anthony, we're almost done, buddies. Hang in there. Trust me, we're almost done with this. We're almost through it. I started at 22 minutes, and we're already at the 24-minute mark. They're going to get past Florida here in a second. They're still just talking about, he's comparing Georgia to Florida and California, and I just eviscerated him. And let me just back this up, okay? Georgia, 10 million live there, 10,000 deaths, right? Scroll up. Florida and California, because they're right there next to each other, it makes it kind of easy. Look at this. Florida, 20 million people live there, 20,000 deaths. California, 40 million people live there, a little more than 20,000 deaths. It's close to 22,000 in all reality in California, but still that's way closer. It's closer to 20,000 than 40,000, which would be if California was in line with Georgia and was in line with Florida, then California should have 40,000 deaths for their 40 million people. California's doing a better job of protecting their citizens. Kudos to California. I'm proud to say that I live here. These guys, they don't want to show you these numbers because it will prove them wrong. Texas has got 25,000. New York has got 36,000 deaths. New York's got 36,000 deaths in New York. I don't know the populations of those places, but it would be interesting to find out, you know? I think it would be really interesting to find out the populations. My pleasure, bud. David, so surreal. You rock. It's hard to understand some podcasts in front of you. Oh, okay. I think he's living in his own dimension. Look, these guys believe in a thing called libertarianism, okay? The problem with libertarianism, Bell's palsy. The problem with libertarianism is COVID proves it wrong. So if Michael Malice can disprove COVID, then he can prove that libertarianism works. You know, you can't have a government telling you to social distance. You can't have a government locking you down. You can't have a government telling you have to wear a mask in a non-COVID libertarian world. But in a COVID world, libertarianism melts away like morning dew as soon as the sun rises. It's gone. It's got nothing to stand on at all. You need your mask, you need to social distance, and you need to be locked down. Or, your sweet mom or grandmother or neighbor who's elderly, when you do something nice for them or breathe on them, you could fucking kill them. Or a child or someone your age that's got diabetes, or someone with a lung disorder, or someone with a heart problem, or someone who's got any kind of a number of medical issues that puts them more at risk of dying from this fucking thing. One of the reasons why I want to lose a shit ton of weight is I'm scared of this fucking COVID thing. I got on the scale and I've gained 5 pounds. I'm scared, man. I'm like, fuck, I need to buckle up, bro, and get rid of these 5 fucking pounds and back up to 180. And I realize if I am putting muscle on my body, and I could be, I'm probably gonna gain some weight, but I need to get rid of the fat. So when the fat's gone, I'll be happy. I gotta, if I get this fucking thing, I don't know, man. Might not be as lucky as my mom was. And that's some serious shit, man. And I'm just not going to coddle you because I have some kind of I'm not going to lie to you because I have some kind of an ideal. What do I always say to you guys about no law regarding cannabis? 2 things. As long as we got government, it's never going to fucking happen. But as soon as government collapses, that's the way it's going to be. It's going to be no law regarding cannabis. There will not be a law regarding cannabis, right? It will happen, but not the way we want it to. Don't we want it to happen, when we still have structure? But I'm not going to lie to you and say, hey, no law regarding cannabis. This is what we're working for. Do it blindly. And here, let me straw man you argument after argument after argument to try to prove a fucking point to you that's literally black pilling you, poison pilling you. When someone says, nay, I'm in a state where I can't grow, it's illegal here, what should I do? I say, move the fuck out of that state. Move to a state where it's legal. Right? Do you know people have actually done that on my advice years ago? I've had people thank me years later from doing the podcast. Bro, you said to move. I moved the fuck out. A guy lived in Kentucky or Tennessee. He said it was so fucking bad. He said he was smoking that bullshit that I can't even mention on the live stream. And I said, you got to get the fuck to Colorado or California. He went to Colorado. And he thanked me so much for it. He was like, bro, it's changed my life. I am not here to sell you on a lie. I'm not here to fucking make you do something for me, for my personal gain. It's not what this is about at all. I'm just telling you guys the truth every day, man. It's all I ever do. And when I bring you someone like Michael Malice, who's got this moron on that is literally willing to just lie to you guys to push their fucking stupid libertarian agenda on you, I'm going to show you what you've been lied to about. Libertarianism doesn't work, guys. I've always said that, and COVID proves it. It helps if you want to get rid of this virus to fucking have the government, orchestrating some kind of structure over fucking morons who are out there listening to idiots like Donald Trump and the Q and the fucking, and the patriots that are all watching fucking, News One Network or whatever the fuck these morons are called. Fox News is actually good. Fox News actually gives a fuck now. It's crazy, man. This one news network and whatever the fuck whatever I can't even think what they're called, man. It's horrible. It is state fucking media, guys, at its worst. You know what makes it worse? The state's not even forcing it on these fucking cunt stuffers, man. They take it upon themselves to fucking to produce bullshit fucking news for you. And to support Donald Trump and this narrative that the election was a fraud. You know, that is all they're doing, and they're trying to push it off as Newsmax. Yeah, Anthony, thank you. Dude, I actually watched some of it, so you guys didn't have to. I watched some of it. I wanted you guys to I just wanted to be able to know. I wanted to look into the darkness for all of you. Wanted to look into the darkness and see what was in there so you guys don't have to. I'm going to have to show you, though. You guys are going to have to look into the darkness with me now. So come with me. This is going to sting a little bit, but I've got some triage oil. We're going to rub it in right where it hurts, okay? Except your eyes. Do not put triage oil in your eyes. We are going to go to my library. Everybody just calm down. Just calm down. We're going to find this video from Newsmax or whatever that other one is called. OAN network. Oh, I found it. Oh, it's in my history. I got it right here. I got 3 minutes and 5 seconds in. I got 3 minutes and 5 seconds in. I promise you. I promise you. You guys are going to feel the brainwashing after just... This is the garbage. I'm telling you, you have never... If you went to North Korea, you couldn't find garbage as rich as this garbage. This is the richest garbage. I swear to fuck nuts. This is the fucking richest garbage. You guys are going to see. You are going to love me for bringing you this 3-minute demonstration. And what's even funnier is if you look in the bottom left-hand corner, the guy's name is Stinchfield. So you gotta call him Stenchfield. You gotta call him Stenchfield. His name is Stinchfield. It's so funny. Stenchfield had me in stitches. This is the scariest shit you're going to see all month long. Watch and behold. This is what state-run media looks like, guys. And it is fucking scary. I might have to turn the volume up. State-run media.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Stinchfield tonight. We have a packed show for you, of course, focusing on what is shaping up to be a 4-year battle against the liberal tide if the president doesn't make it. We're still hopeful he will, though. We're joined by former vice presidential candidate Sarah Palin. America stands on a razor's edge, and she will tell us how we pull this nation back from the precipice. We'll also be doing our daily check on the state of Georgia, where the fate of the United States Senate and the country hangs in the balance. You will not believe the radicals headed to the Peach State to campaign for their fellow radicals there.
Really? They can flip the Senate with Georgia?
One of the lawmakers barred from entrance into the Capitol joins us to tell us firsthand how Democrats in swing states continue to break election laws. And we're joined by one of the heroes in Benghazi, who is giving back to those fellow warriors who operate in the shadows across the globe. Mark?
Okay. This intro is actually pretty good. And the first minute, pretty straightforward. He threw a couple digs in there. And if you, hopefully you guys picked up on the digs. Okay? Press number 1 if you guys picked up on the right-wing talking points. Press number 1 if in the first minute you've already picked up on several right-wing talking points. This is definitely not reporting. This is all opinion. Did you guys catch it? I'm sure you did, right? It's going to get real good here in the next 2 minutes. But I wanted to stop because, man, somebody came in and said we could flip the Senate with Georgia, and I thought you were talking about the Georgia Senate. And because I'm watching some fake news, and this is real fake news, guys, I just learned that guy's right, man. This is talking about flipping the United States Senate with Georgia, which I didn't know that was possible. I didn't realize it was that close. I mean, that's not Congress and that's not the House, it's the Senate. I don't know the difference. Maybe someone can explain to me the difference. But anyway, you guys strap in. Let's get a bong rip ready. Let's see who was the last person to drop me a digit. David Campione. Ronnie Vella. Ronnie, I don't think I did one for you yet, buddy, so this one's for you. Ronnie Vella. Ronnie Vella, we got to pack a fresh one. And you guys, 2 minutes of craziness is about to happen. Watch this.
Ozgeist is with us to profile his Shadow Warrior project. So, as I mentioned, America is in a precarious position. As I watch 2020 come to an end, I feel like I'm watching the nation that I love crumble before my eyes. For the first time in decades, we have a president who governs in the best interest of the people. A president who made it his mission to put you in control.
I'm in
Half of
so
America
control.
Can't handle being in control.
I got to tell you.
They long for government.
I'm so in control, okay? And let me tell you how control I'm in. I'm in so much control right now, I can't even go to the local restaurant and get a fucking hamburger and hit on a pretty woman. That's how much control of my fucking life I am right now. Now, if you guys feel like Donald Trump put you in control of your lives, I'm happy for you. If you feel like Donald Trump didn't put control in your lives, I sympathize with you and I understand. He took the control away from everybody. Even people who are wealthy like me, we don't have any fucking more control. You know, I want to hop on a plane and go visit my mom and my dad right now. My dad's dying. You know, you know, it's a bitch. I have no fucking control. And Donald Trump didn't make my life any fucking easier. You know, so I've got a Roxer, so I've got more money. Wow, that's great. How did it fucking help me? I would have so much rather had everybody had health care, or you guys not had your student loan debt taken away, universal basic income, not scuttled all the goddamn homeless shelters and put all the hungry and the homeless back out on the streets, you know, and the list goes on and on and on. But, you know, hey, at least Israel's got 5 peace deals with countries that they haven't even been at war with. So, you know, Donald Trump did so much. Oh, yeah, and North Korea and South Korea, who I couldn't give a fuck about. Oh, he got peace for them. Oh, good work, you know, good looking out, Donald Trump. I thought it was America first, you fucking prick. I thought it was America first. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I interrupt the state TV? They're probably gonna come to my fucking door and arrest me. Here, I better run the state TV for you guys. Here it goes.
To not just direct their every move, but support them too. The Democrats trained them to be this way. You know, the reason Iraq and Afghanistan could never fully handle democracy is because it takes exceptional people to make democracy work. People who embrace individualism, entrepreneurship, hard work, even risk for a greater future.
Wow, can you make your point without putting other countries down? That's crazy. Fuck.
The people of Iraq still long for the iron fist of Saddam Hussein. That is not exceptionalism. That's defeatism. I see it happening in America.
Wait, these people you tend to put down, you know how they think and you know how they feel and you know who they want? Isn't that weird? He's speaking for them. That was a quick flip. That was a short walk.
America today. We now have half the nation so lazy they don't want success unless of course it's handed to them, which by definition is impossible. They simply want handouts, and their leftist leaders are eager to comply. Listen to Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez make promises to Georgia voters.
We win in Georgia, we can help transition this country to a $15 minimum wage. We can make sure that we expand people's access to health care. Shout out to my fellow radicals in the United States who believe crazy things like a full-time job should be enough for you to live.
I believe that she is crazy. You see what she's saying? We will pay you more no matter how hard you work.
No, she didn't say that at all. She said that you guys should get a living wage. You guys should be able to at least afford to live, right? And not run out of money. You should be able to afford $1,000, $2,000 emergency when it comes up. You should have savings, you know? That's what Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is saying right there. Hey, man, I got serious problems with her right now with what's going on with Jimmy Dore. Don't get me wrong. But in this specific case, she's correct, and he's trying to take something beautiful that she's saying, and he's twisting it around to make it sound like she's saying something dirty and ugly. That is state-run TV, guys, and I want you to listen to it one more time. Okay? She's just saying people should have enough money to survive. When you, minimum wage, man, dude. I used to make $8 an hour back in the 90s, guys. In the 90s. This is 20 years later, 30 years later. And you're not even getting $15 an hour for minimum wage. It's fucking crazy.
In the United States who believe crazy things like a full-time job should be enough for you to live.
Did you hear that? A full-time job should be enough for you to live. She didn't say anything about you get paid for not working. She just said a full-time job should be enough for you to live. Listen to him twist this around like the cock smoker that he is.
I believe that she is crazy. You see what she's saying? We will pay you more no matter how hard you work. That doesn't breed exceptionalism, AOC. It breeds laziness. The Democrats exploited the Chinese virus to make people...
And you know what? And then racist. And that he calls it the Chinese virus. He didn't even call it the China virus. He called it the Chinese virus. Do you guys hear that? That is straight racism. You know, at least Donald Trump is smart enough to know that he can say the China virus and say it came from China. This motherfucker knows that his base wants him to say the Chinese virus. Oh no, they want him to say more than that. And they're fine with whatever this motherfucker's going to feed them. And this stuff should be turning your stomach at this point. We got 3 minutes and 9 seconds in. Press 309. 309. Give me a 309 if you don't want to go 1 second more than 309. If you're done, if you've seen enough of this bullshit, if it's turned, I'm literally, I feel my chest tightening up inside. Literally. It's turning my stomach inside. It's making me want to vomit. This, I turned it off at, what did I get to 306 before? We made it 3 more seconds. I didn't even know he was going to say that. Yeah, you guys had enough. I've had enough too. I've had more than my fucking share of that. Thank you. Go ahead and share this everywhere. Share it everywhere. And then come back in here and drop that digit on me so I can smoke it up for you guys. All right? This is, I got to keep my eye on that SG in case the burglar walks in and tries to steal it. Tiny Tom Cruise. Hey, what's up, guys? Zzz, pink. Zzz. Tiny Tom Cruise, no! He stole my SG. Damn you, Tiny Tom Cruise. Press number 4 if you're laughing at Tiny Tom Cruise stealing my SG. Dude, I only got... Oh, Ronnie Vela says more. Press 310 if you want to hear more of the state-run TV. Press 310 if you want me to keep going. You want me to go past the fucking... The part where he goes, the Chinese virus? You really want me to go past the point where he says the Chinese virus? Because I can't take it anymore. I want to beat myself together with a clubbed instrument. Did I say together? Did I say beat myself together? Is that what I just said? I want to beat myself to death with a clubbed instrument. Or some sort of blunted implement of some sort. 310, we need to know what the enemy is up to. Ronnie, that's not the enemy. That's the problem right there, Ronnie. Don't let them play us against each other. Don't take the bait. Don't take the bait. We've got to talk to each other. That's what we need to do. And there are people that watch that show that are going to come over and watch this show, and they're going to go, that guy's making more sense. The guy that's smoking the cannabis up on the mountain with the pit bull and all the guitars. The guitar guy on the internet. That guy, have you seen that guitar guy on the internet? The guy with all the guitars behind him? He's got all the guitars on one. Wouldn't it be funny if I got known as that guy? He's like, you guys seen that guitar guy? He's known as the guitar guy of the guitar guru. Trendy Nay of Trendy As Dabba's fame. You were shut down by YouTube. What happened? Tell us. They want to hear my story. Someone wants to interview me. That's how they hook me. I want to go to a cliff and just scream. You had it right when you said state run. Right, it's state run TV. And what makes it worse is it's not even state, man. It's people who lick the asshole of the state. And then they smack their lips with asshole grease and they smell it off their lips, and they're so proud of themselves when they respond. When they do these types of productions, when they respond to what Donald Trump has put out there. It is like the most vulgar. It's like these guys are just. Hey, Crispy Chris is here. Corporate run. Dude, I don't know who pays for this. I don't even know who this is. This is this guy's name was Stinchfield, and the channel is called Newsmax. Okay, this is Newsmax. I didn't even know. I thought it was OAN, but it's Newsmax. It's the guy's name is I call him Stenchfield, but his name is Stinchfield. But I call him Stenchfield, and boy, oh boy, is that some really raunchy, racist. I mean, if you are listening to someone say, call Corona the Chinese virus, not even calling it the China virus, but they're calling it the Chinese virus, and you're okay with that, you need to come watch my show and learn why that's bad. Okay? Let me tell you about a couple of my viewers who have little Asian kids that are growing up. Yeah. While you're watching it, while you're giving, your money and your loyalty to someone who is using Asian people to create a target for your hate, just like the Nazis used the Jews. And hey, man, I hate to bring that up, but correct me if I'm wrong. When you refer to a people as a virus, it's the same as referring to Jews as vermin that run in the streets and spread disease, which is what the Nazis said about the Jews. And what I love about saying this is, while I'm serious, fucking so serious about it, there is a funny part in Office Space. You guys might be thinking about it right now, where they're talking about the flare on her uniform at the restaurant that she worked at, and she's like, and I gotta wear all these fucking, this is all my flare. He's like, what, these pins on your vest? She's like, yeah, Joey's got 53 pieces of flare. And he's like, because you guys are gonna know, you guys are like, this is where Nate gets that joke from. It's like, this is your flare. He's got 53 pieces, and she's like, I don't like to talk about my flare. So, not to make light of what happened to the Jews. But he says to her, you know, Hitler gave the Jews little pieces of flair to wear around their arms. They gave them tattoos too. I don't know if you guys know that. You guys know that Nazi Germany tattooed all the Jews with a number? I wonder if Stenchfield would like to tattoo the Asians to keep track of them, since he wants to call, you know, the virus the Chinese virus. Wonder if he'd be down with tattooing people to keep track of them. Maybe he'd like to tattoo all the lefty liberals. You want to round them all up and tattoo them? All the liberals? What did he say about the liberals, that they're destroying America? I kind of want to go back. I kind of want to go back and hear what else this motherfucker has to say. I feel like doing another bong rip and hearing what Stenchfield has to say.
People even lazier. It's how they want it. The government paid people more money to sit home than people made when they were working. That's
Who's
insanity.
next?
But a fabulous ploy, right? If your goal is to make people more reliant on government. So as we now face a global pandemic, a possible future president, 50% of America believes is illegitimate because he cheated to win, Antifa...
Hey, I am going to give this motherfucker credit for saying that COVID is real. He called it a global pandemic. At least he's at that level of reality, you know, because there's that fine line. There's that fine line where a lot of people on the right will just tell you straight out on Twitter, they'll come on my live stream. You guys have seen it in the chat. Usually I block them, but they'll say COVID's fake. At least he says it's a global pandemic, so let's keep going. Who is this for? We had Ronnie, and then it was David C. Baker Jr. David C. Baker Jr. This bong rip is for you, bro.
And BLM street thugs that in many cities have more control
Quarter of the hour.
over the
Cheers,
streets than
David.
police, judges who refuse to uphold the law, cowards for elected leaders, and a federal government on the verge of being taken over by socialists. Yes, you better believe we are in a perilous position. We are on the verge of losing this nation if we do not act. So I'm telling you, we must stand up and say enough.
It's just all right-wing talking points that are all just bunched together. It's all it is. It's like every bad thing you've ever heard of a right-winger all wrapped up into a little burrito, and he's fucking shoving it up your ass.
Those in government find it acceptable, even preferable, to demand we submit. And if we do not comply with their unconstitutional orders, Americans are being arrested. The country I love is being hijacked before our eyes.
Right on, Carmen. Thank you for the book recommendation.
Maybe for a week just to show that it's safe.
Andrew Smith, what's up, brother?
To let people know the subways are safe. I like the idea, so I accept that good idea. And we'll figure out when the right time to do that is.
De Blasio.
What an idiot. How about you open restaurants in New York and eat out every night to prove they are safe? Instead, the very fundamental value that makes America special, the right to own
Right on,
property.
Chris.
Property, the government cannot just seize without just compensation.
I just brushed it out.
That is being destroyed, that right to own property. People's businesses have been seized and shuttered by the left's overreaching and oh-so-stifling regulations. Everything people work for has been wiped out, not because of the virus, but because of the left's extreme reaction to it.
The left.
A business is property. You can't just take it. But that is what's happening. It is all part of their ultimate destruction of America. To break it down and rebuild it where government is in total control.
The integrity of our elections remains intact. And now it's time to turn the page, as we've done throughout our history.
Clear
To
your throat.
unite,
Clear your
Who's to
throat.
heal?
Unite and heal.
Clear your throat,
Joe
old man.
Biden calls for unity as his party destroys America. He calls us names. He wants our guns. He concocted a scheme to persecute Michael Flynn, the great general. He compared President Trump to Hitler, and he overlooked and even encouraged the political violence we continue to witness.
Dude, I'm comparing you to Hitler. You know, this guy right here is little Hitler. He's just spouting nonsense. I mean, there's a couple things in there that he said that I actually agree with. Don't get me wrong. He did say a couple things that I do agree with. But he is so wrong about so much else. And the racism and the hatred, it is so the word I'm looking for is usually applied to gratuitous. It is so gratuitous and so juicy and sweet over the top for his red meat, for his base. That is the sweetest red meat. And he just appeals to a certain kind of American that has been drenched in this stuff. And you guys, we don't have to fight these people. We don't have to hate them. We got to just talk to them, man. We just got to talk and tell them how we feel. And let them know that when we see something like this, we compare it to something that you would see in Nazi Germany or in North Korea today or in China. You know, this is the kind of thing that you would expect to see in a country where the state runs what the people are exposed to, where they don't have Google, they don't have the internet, you know? Doesn't he realize that people are able to Google everything that he says and fact check him, you know?
Across the country by Antifa and BLM thugs. Yes, America is in trouble. We are on the ropes, but not out. Our side is and always has been stronger.
This is the call to action. He told you who the enemy was. He says it's Antifa and BLM. And now here's the call to action. Now he's going to incite war in a subtle way. I'm used to hearing this. I know it. You guys realize I haven't seen this yet. But I know what he's going to say before he fucking says it.
More courageous and far more committed to freedom than the anti-freedom forces we are up against. Forces.
So it's a battle. And now he's said forces. He's given it the military reference. And he's this is a call to action. This is very dangerous shit. This is this is beyond state run. You know, he's Carmen says make it stop. Damon says they don't want to listen to me. Some are going to have to come around on their own. I'll listen to you, Damon. You know that.
And because of that, we will survive this barrage of tyranny, because that is what we do as Americans. We fight.
There it is. We're going to fight the opposition who is a force.
And we survive.
We're going to survive. And so what's that mean for the other people?
Well, one of the greatest political...
That was subtle. And it was laced with every single dog whistle. If you guys don't know what a dog whistle is, you go back and listen to every fucking thing he said. It's a statement that is known to trigger his supporters. That's what a dog whistle is. You blow it and the dogs come running. It's a really good analogy for what it means.
Fighters and survivors of all time. Joins us now, former vice presidential candidate and governor of Alaska, Sarah Palin. Governor, welcome to the program.
Sarah, you're drunk. Oh, look, she's gushing, everybody. Everybody, look at how drunk Sarah Palin is. Let's watch that in slow-mo. Hey, let's watch that in super slow-mo. Playback speed. 0.25. This is going to be awesome. Watch Sarah gush, everybody. Watch Sarah gush. She's so drunk.
Joins us now, former vice presidential candidate and governor of Alaska.
Lean to the right.
Sarah
Lean to
Palin.
the left. Lean back over a little bit. Oh, your shoulders and roll your son. Give him a good little eye bat there. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Grant. That was outstanding.
Ah!
That didn't make people want to rise up and
Dude!
say, "Go America."
Well, welcome to the new segment of The Garden. Watching people in super slow-mo with Trendy Nay. Oh my god. Oh my god. She is drunk, isn't she? She's a little drinky. I'm just gonna have a little cocktail before I go on the news, honey. But Sarah, hon, you just had a cocktail. I know, I'm having another. You got a problem with that? I'm going on television. It's not television, honey. It's Newsmax. Oh, they got it on cable. I'm gonna be on cable. They're gonna have me on. I'll be there. They will see me. People will watch it. Shh, pour me a cocktail and put extra vodka in it. That's what she said right before the show. She said, pour me a cocktail with extra vodka.
Let's get rid of the wackos who are absolutely ready to implement socialism and erode our rights. And I don't know what's gonna motivate him.
Long pause.
Well, I'll tell you what, Governor, coming from you, that's humble.
You know what?
Because
I've got a new title for this segment. We're gonna call this segment "Drunk People in Space." It's like they're not only drunk, but it's like they're on the goddamn fucking the International Space Station. Reporting in from the International ISS, fucking drunk people.
you are a motivating
My face hurts from laughing. My fucking face.
Like no
I can't even say it. I
and
can't even say the
so
words,
my
man.
question to you is, are you concerned as I am about the future
I love the long
of this
pauses.
country and where the other side wants to take us?
The other side. War. Here it goes.
Well, remember, candidate Barack Obama had promised what was gonna happen. He said he was ready to fund fundamentally transform America, you only fundamentally transform something
See, I can't look
for
away.
which you have disdain. You want to get rid of that thing, that entity, and you want to replace it with something unrecognizable. That's fundamental. So we were warned all those years ago. I think the biggest problem is that we don't have a referee in all of this. Used to be, of course, the mainstream media was the referee, the bulwark of democracy, supposed to be asking the questions about what was actually going on. And we see, of course, I mean, gosh, it almost goes without saying, we see the corruption and the unethical behavior within the media. Thus, we don't have a referee right now, and it's people like you, Grant, who are just pulling yourselves up from the bootstraps and trying to get that message out there to let people know, really, Grant, there are more of us than there are of them. There are more hardworking, patriotic, ethical Americans who just want government off our backs, get it back on our side. There are more of us than there are of them.
I want to hear that again, man. That's
Yeah,
creepy.
and I truly believe that. And the reason we hear so much about them, of course, is because the mainstream media gives them.
We see the corruption and the unethical behavior within the media. Thus, we don't have a referee right now. And it's people like you, Grant, who are just pulling yourselves up from the bootstraps and trying to get that message out there to let people know, really, Grant, there are more of us than there are of them. There are more hardworking, patriotic, ethical Americans who just want government off our backs, get it back on our side. There are more of us than there are of them.
Yeah, and I truly believe that. And the reason we hear so much about.
If there was, you guys would have won the goddamn vote for Donald Trump. But there wasn't more of you. There was less, 7 million less. It's a lot. 7 million people, it's a lot of people.
Them, of course, is because the mainstream media gives them a platform. But when you talk about where we're headed, I want to also talk about judges, because we have cowardice in this country. I see now judges afraid to do what's right. I see state legislators afraid to do what's right. And it put President Trump in a very terrible position this election. If the fraud evidence is true, and it proves to be true, he could have had this election stolen from him, Governor.
Yeah, absolutely. It's baffling what we see in terms of the lack of courage. And, that's tragic for our country. We do see so many sheep just following those who I think are giving them the perception that things will be made easier for them if they'll just follow these Democrat leaders like AOC, that clip that you just played of hers. Holy moly. Do people hear what she's saying? She's saying, anybody who's working hard, you're out there working, you shouldn't be living in poverty. And of course, people like me were saying, well, duh, AOC, then quit taking their money, those who are working so hard, and giving it to able-bodied. Anybody who's working hard, you're out there working, you shouldn't be living in poverty if they'll just follow these Democrat leaders like AOC, that clip that you just played of hers. Holy moly. Do people hear what she's saying? She's saying, anybody who's working hard, you're out there working, you shouldn't be living in poverty like AOC, that clip that you just played of hers. Holy moly. Do people hear what she's saying? She's saying, anybody who's working hard, you're out there working, you shouldn't be living in poverty and like AOC, that clip that you just played of hers. Holy moly. Do people hear what she's saying? She's saying, anybody who's working hard, you're out there working, you shouldn't be living in poverty if they'll just follow these Democrat leaders like AOC, that clip that you just played of hers. Holy moly.
It's shocking.
Do people hear what she's saying? She's saying, anybody who's working hard, you're out there working, you shouldn't be living in poverty. And of course, people like, if they'll just follow these Democrat leaders like AOC, that clip that you just played of hers. Holy moly. Do people hear what she's saying? She's saying, anybody who's working hard, you're out there working, you shouldn't be living in poverty like AOC, that clip that you just played of hers. Holy moly. Do people hear what she's saying? She's saying, anybody who's working hard, you're out there working, you shouldn't be living in poverty like AOC, that clip that you just played of hers. Holy moly. Do people hear what she's saying? She's saying, anybody who's working hard, you're out there working, you shouldn't be living in poverty. And
Yeah, that's what she's saying. That's all she said. Why are you attacking her? It's so weird to hear you saying what she said. You verbatim, you did it really well. You said exactly what AOC said. That's why I'm playing it over and over and over for you guys. AOC said, if you're working a full-time job, you shouldn't be living in poverty. That's what I told you. But then douchebag stink fuck, whatever stink cunt, whatever the fuck his name is, he came on and said AOC said something totally different that she didn't even say. That, I don't even know what he said. It was so stupid. So fucking stupid. He was just attacking her for the dumbest shit. And Tim Black, this is where you should be defending AOC. Not against Jimmy Dore trying to push Nancy Pelosi for a vote on the floor for Medicare for all. Tim Black, go after these people for attacking AOC here, if you want to protect AOC. I have no problem saying that they're wrong, and standing up for AOC for this, because AOC was making a really good point. Unfortunately, she's bought. Now we know she's bought, and this is her strategy. Oh, if you just make me powerful enough, I'll be able to get you Medicare for all. But first, we have to climb in our careers. And Jimmy Dore's like, fuck your career. Give us Medicare for all right now, and if you try to do it right now, your career will benefit. Everyone who tries to give us Medicare for all, the people will support you. Just let us see who those people are that are willing to do it. We know it's not going to pass, and if it does pass, yay! Thank you, David. Nice to talk to you, David.
of course, people like me were saying, well, duh, AOC, then quit taking their money, those who are working so hard, and giving it to able-bodied people who are choosing not to work. The things that these Democrats...
Right. She says, and, well, how about this? Instead of taxing the middle class, like the Republicans and Donald Trump have been doing, why don't you tax the wealthy? Sarah, you want to do that? You want to tax the wealthy instead? And have programs for people who need it? Because You seem to be forgetting those programs, even though some people take advantage of them, those programs are there for people who really rely on them and need them. You want to just let everyone fall through the cracks because of a few rotten apples? You know, I'm not willing to do that.
That leaders are saying today, they're so twisted. It's so Orwellian. Who would have thought that 1984, the book, was going to be their playbook? We know what's going on. We have to talk more about the solutions, Grant. And part of the solution is an infiltration and an influence in pop culture. That's where common sense constitutional conservatives need to get in there and make a difference, because everything is downstream from pop culture. Politics, the economy, the way things are marketed. We got to get back out there, not just preaching, to the choir and the four square walls. Get out there in pop culture and change it.
Yeah, absolutely. If we do that, I mean, they've been brilliant about weaponizing Hollywood and messaging for their side, and I think that's a brilliant idea. Governor Palin, I wish I had more time with you because I could do a whole show with you. It's my first interview, and I'm honored to have you on the program. I hope, please, will you come back for us?
Absolutely. You're going to do great. I'm so glad you're going to be in the week now. Thank
This
you.
is a new guy. This is his first
Thank you
interview.
So much, Governor. We'll see you again.
That's
soon,
kind
for
of cool.
sure.
We're
All
getting his
right,
very
folks,
first
coming
interview.
up on Stinchfield. Ready or not, the Harris
Stinchfield.
Biden team is starting to pack up for the move to the White House, but curiously, haven't made all the final arrangements for the trip. What is Kamala Harris up to? We'll tell you about it when we come back. And our series, The 12 Days of Christmas Cranks and Holiday Heroes, begins. Guess who's on our list of who's been naughty? And of course, we got some who's been nice, too. Stick around.
Is that all the hate? Is that all the hate now?
No guns.
You hear that? Did you hear that? He said, I want a gun. And the guy's like, no gun. And he's like, a Nerf gun. Did you guys hear that? Isn't that funny? It's just kind of a little... a little bit hypocritical. Here we've got Mr. fucking Gun-Ho over here, I'm sure. And don't get me wrong, I agree with him on that. But here we got Mr. fucking Gun-Ho over here. And then you hear, it sounds like Santa or a parent or a guardian saying to the child, no guns. We got to hear that shit again. Listen to the kids asking Santa for a fucking gun. Oh, we're going to rewind it. Oh, don't you worry, young gardeners. We're rewinding this one.
No guns.
I want a gun.
Nice, too. Stick around.
No guns.
A Nerf gun.
No guns. No guns.
It's an elf?
Stick around.
Santa's elf? Or is that Santa? Oh, it's Santa.
No guns.
I fucking love that. It's so... It's like... He's like, no. He said, I want a gun. He's like, what do you want? He's like, I want a gun. He's like, no gun. He's like, a Nerf gun. He wants a Nerf gun. Those are fun. And it's funny to just know that this is that was just totally anti-right wing. You don't tell a kid he can't have a gun, man. You gotta give these kids guns, son. Woohoo, America! Get your gun! You don't tell us we can't have our guns, right? And there's Santa, head of fucking Christmas. Stenchfield! High priority with Stenchfield. He's Stenchfield.
One day closer to taking the oath of office, another day of a federal investigation into his son's foreign business dealings passes too. It is one day closer to exposing the Biden cartel and the Biden-Obama-Clinton axis of corruption.
Hey, I have no problem with him talking about this stuff at all. Let's see if he's actually got some stuff to report on it, okay? Let's hear what he's got to say about it.
Only now is the media starting to ask questions. And in typical Biden fashion, he just can't handle it. And if he can't handle the American media, patsies for the left, how will Joe Biden handle China and Russia? Watch this.
Thank you. Thanks for the congratulations. Appreciate it.
I mean, thanks for the congratulations. What? First off, that comment is proof of his anger. How dare the media ask legitimate questions? I want to know about what he thinks about the investigations into his son. And even more bizarre, he wants a public congratulations from the media after his speech. He fumbled his way through it. First off, he embarrasses himself every day. So why is the media only now starting to ask Joe Biden the tough questions? Here's the reason. They want Senator Kamala Harris to be promptly inserted as president. And may I remind you, Harris is a woman who has yet to resign from the United States Senate in preparation of becoming the next vice president and ultimately president if the media gets their way. Why hasn't she resigned yet?
Isn't that weird?
Because maybe, like all of us, she still thinks President Trump has a shot at victory if only all the evidence of fraud can be proven and exposed. Well, the Amistad Project is doing its part to ensure some semblance of integrity of this vote, and they too want the fraud exposed. The nonpartisan watchdog group is demanding that judges safely preserve all the evidence in 5 swing states where that ballot counting software is being contested. This comes after a bombshell report detailing the results of a forensic audit of the voting machines in Antrim County in Michigan. Amistad wants to prevent that evidence from being destroyed or spoiled by intentional or reckless acts the report claims. That the, quote, tabulation log for the forensic examination of the server for Antrim County from December 6, 2020 consists of 15,676 individual events, of which 10,667 or 68.05% of the events were recorded
Joseph,
errors.
thank you for the digit, bro.
68%? The Federal Election Commission allows a maximum error rate of, you ready for this? 0.0008%. And they found it at 68%? What in the world? You may remember yesterday, too, by the way, when Michigan Republican electors and legislators were trying to gain entrance into the Capitol to cast provisional votes for President Trump and fulfill their constitutional duties as well. The governor dispatched the state police to bar them from entrance. Well, the man you see here in the video arguing the case on behalf of the Republicans is an attorney for the
Man, I was watching Kyle Dunnigan on YouTube. He's got a YouTube channel, and he was doing Joe Biden, and he's like, I won the election. He was doing every single word wrong, and it was so overdone, but it was funny. He was saying every word wrong. He's like, I'm President Biden. I won the election. He was getting everybody's name wrong, and he had Joe Biden's face on. But I gotta tell you, you want to hear the best goddamn Joe Biden? It's Mike McRae on fucking Jimmy Dore. Dude, his Joe Biden is so fucking funny. He does it. He sounds just like him. It sounds just like fucking Joe Biden. His voice. Mike McRae is like insanely good at doing voices. He does Bernie Sanders better than I do, and he's just fucking, he nails shit. He's very good. I gotta give him credit. when he does Bernie Sanders, he does a very good job. We talked a lot about, Medicare for all. That was my thing. We talked about a Green New Deal, but he didn't want to go there. So this is where we're at. But he does a better job. He does Harrison Ford. He does Harrison Ford from three different decades at the same time, like having a conversation with each other on his. Oh, it is so good, man. It's on his. I think it's on his YouTube channel. I might have to find it for you. What if I do that? You guys want to see the Joe Biden? You guys got to see the Joe Biden. It is so fucking good. Yeah, I'll find it. Here. That's from a month ago. 5 days ago. 9 months ago. When you're God, they just did it, man. Here's one from 4 weeks ago. 1 month ago, 7 months ago. Wait, let me go to his channel. Videos. Here we go. It's got to be up on his channel. Oh, I don't see it. Oh, son of a bitch. Okay. Here, just listen to this. It's so fantastic. This is some of the best comedy, I swear. When these guys get into this shit, and this recent one they just did was on like this morning's show or yesterday's show. I think it was this morning's show. So goddamn good.
Wow, hello?
Hey, man. This Joe Biden is. I broke my foot.
What's that?
I broke my damn foot. It's time to heal.
How did you break your foot?
Oh, come on, man. I don't remember.
Cool. Well, can you try to remember?
Okay. I woke up in my sleeping thing yesterday and went, ow. That's all I know. No, wait, that's not it. I was rigorously exercising with my dog, Major, and I broke my foot somehow. My motorcade instantly took me to a foot doctor where I got some x-rays and a CAT scan, and they put me in a boot. It's time to heal my foot. For my compound fractures to come together. We can get through this.
Well, that's good that you got to see a doctor immediately.
I know. I'm fighting for so all shareholders can have equal access to motorcades and foot doctors. That's why I picked, or someone picked for me. I can't fucking remember anymore. That's why I picked Tara Nandon as director of the Office of Mangleman and Fudge.
What do you think they're going to start? Oh, we'll talk about it after. Neratandon, and it's Neratandon, and it's the Office of Management and Budget.
Come on, stop it, man. It's Fudge.
No, okay. Okay, but she's a warmonger who wants to cut Social Security and Medicare. Why on earth did you have to pick her?
Because she's a warmonger who wants to cut Social Security and Medicare.
Yeah, we know.
It's time to put away the harsh rhetoric, lower the temperature, and listen to each other again. Dear Arandon is just the person to do that.
She's exactly the opposite of that, Joe.
Stop dividing us. I've assembled the most diverse group of females to ever be cynically displayed for political purposes. Yeah. And I stand by that.
Yep.
Hey, man, I broke my foot playing with my dog, Champ.
Hey, how much did the motorcade to the doctor cost?
Fudge!
No, come on. How much did the motorcade cost?
Thousands of fudge.
And the x-rays?
2,500 clams.
And the CT scan?
11,000 bucks. We're all in this together.
Wow, you have to be more careful at your age, Joe.
Hey, man, I was playing with my dog, Major Ranger. E-I-E-I-O!
Are you all right, Joe?
I have no fucking idea. Jill told me to say that. You think I'm the one with cognitive problems? She's the one writing all my shit. Don't you worry, fat. Joe's gonna bring the situation room into the boardroom, and the dining room into the foyer, and the parlor into the basement, and the laundry room into the attic. E-I-E-I-O. Hey, keep the faith.
Hey everybody, this is the part where I tell you where all our live shows are.
But there aren't any.
And then this is where I tell you we join our premium program and get extra content. But nobody's got a fucking
Good
job.
job. So just enjoy the video. Video. Dude, you gotta go to Mike McRae's channel. Yeah, R-A-E, M-A-C-R-A-E, McRae. Right? Now, this is what you guys have to see. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple videos from him. He is fucking hilarious. Watch this shit. I think he just did this with his fucking smartphone. Oh, I gotta click on the video. That's right. Okay. Hold on a second. Alright, now you might not know what's going on, so I don't know if I should spoil it or just let you experience it. So maybe I'm just gonna let you guys hear it, okay? Here, now just watch and listen, okay? Really listen and see if you guys can figure out what's going on.
We're out of protein shakes again. And? Did you take the last one?
I might have. I like those things. They taste like chocolate, but they're not.
I distinctly remember us having a conversation where we agreed that if one of us takes the last of something, they buy more of that something next time they go to the store.
Oh, yeah. Well, I haven't been to the store.
Well, why not?
Because I don't have a mask. And you can't go to the store unless you have a mask. They won't even let you in the front door. Sorry, Junior. I don't meet the rules.
I gave you 3 masks less than a week ago. Where are they?
I don't know.
You will pay for this.
Hey, fellas, what's the big fuss about?
We are not doing this now. Get him the hell out of here.
Did any of you understand what that was? Without me telling you what it was? Do you guys realize what it was? What you were watching? Who were the three people? Yes. Who were the three people that he was playing in that video? Damon Faulkner says Harrison Ford. Yes. There were three specific characters. Hey, fellas, what's the big fuss about? So fucking funny. He was doing Harrison Ford from 3 different decades, right? He was doing young Harrison Ford, older Harrison Ford, and then today Harrison Ford. So fucking funny. Here, watch this video. A message from Joe Biden. Let's see what this is.
Hello, America. This is Joe Biden. And I'd like to talk to you about why I'm running for president of the United States. I've one very good reason right here with me. This is one of my grandchildren. This is Sammy. He's 9 years old.
It's all over him.
Sammy and millions of American children just like him represent the future of this great nation. And that's why I fight for justice and what is right. And I always have. I fought for civil rights in the 60s and the 70s. And then I went on to...
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. And then I went on.
No, you didn't.
How do you know? You weren't there?
But my mom said...
Your mom doesn't know shit. She wasn't there either. Anyway, the point is, this election is unprecedented in American history. And that's why when I sat down to write this message, I was bearing in mind the suffering of millions of American citizens.
No, you didn't.
What?
I saw you copy and paste this from Wikipedia.
All right, Sammy, I want you to go stand against the wall for right now, okay? Son of a bitch. All right, send over one of the other kids. The girl who never says anything.
So fucking funny. He's always so wrong, dude. Oh my god. Check out Mike McRae and tell him I sent you. Say you found out about Mike McRae from Nate's Garden. Mike McRae is also on Twitter, guys. He's available. He'll like your tweets, man, if you tweet at him and stuff. He's a good guy. Tell him I sent you. Say Nate's Garden sent you. Alright, y'all, take care. Check out my friend Ron Placone. Check out my friend Graham Elwood. Check out Jimmy Dore. Steph Zamorano is going to be here next week. So we got Steph Zamorano next week, everybody. Right here. It's going to be fucking awesome. I texted her, waiting to hear back. I will see you guys later. Rogan, don't scratch your ear, buddy. Rogie. Don't scratch your ear. Please. Makes eye contact with me, so cute. All right, you guys, I love y'all. Check out my friend Ron Placone. It's ronplacone.com. And get your news on with Ron on YouTube at Ron Placone on YouTube. Subscribe to his channel. He's also lucyandron.com. He's also on Instagram and Facebook at Ron Placone. And you can tweet an article at Ron Placone on Twitter. And he'll talk about it on his show. All right. Thank you guys so much. Check out my friend Ron Placone. Ron Placone. He also endorses our oil, the triage oil. Very good. Take care, guys. Bye-bye. Bye, y'all. Bye. Bye, y'all. Bye, y'all.